Mr. McGrath, thank you for being here as well. Anybody that does, and we also have our board of supervisor, Mr. Morera. So, for those of you who do not know, our office has become the Art and Education Center at the 1904 Historic Courthouse. And this is the building that we want to make sure is part of the revitalization of what people are doing with the art committee in Nogales and throughout Santa Cruz County. I know Mr. Corey is here, and I know he's the lead in this. And so I just want to make sure that we're part of this. You know, during COVID, the downtown area was devastated by the epidemic. And, you know, I remember that it was almost like a boardwalk. Cars weren't seen in the streets, the stores were all closed. I grew up and was raised here. I worked downtown. And you know, you think about our downtown, and it's the heart of the community. And you think about, you know, what Tucson did with their downtown area. Congress. You would pass by Congress at nighttime and you couldn't get out of there fast enough. And look at what it's become. And I have that dream that someday we're going to have those restaurants, those, you know, boutiques, those art galleries, which we've already started, and you know, this place is going to be happening. But it's for all of us to come together, you know. And I hope that someday that happens. And that we keep personal agendas and politics out of the way. That we keep in mind that there's hope if we work together in revitalizing our downtown area and that we do it together. So today I want to honor, first of all, our students who are here with Best of Show. All of you have had an opportunity to walk in there and see the Best of Show. I want to give them a big applause. And what talent we have out there. You know, that talent there was outstanding this year with all the displays that we put in, submitted, and the exhibits. And we have that talent, and that's why we have to nurture it here. We have students that are hungry to learn. And so I want to thank you, those students who are here, for being here with your parents, and continue to work on that beautiful talent that God has given you. I also want to thank our lead artist here in the exhibit, Mr. Luis Preciado. I want to thank you for the beautiful art that you have on that page. Courthouse painting is gorgeous. And of course, Maryland is a die for, right? But I also want to now introduce our recipients, the ambassadors of the Art Award. And it's interesting the category that we have here. We have teachers who are at our schools. We have a photographer and also a home restoration person. We have a person who's a talented musician and passionate about the arts in the downtown area. We have a designer and film promoter and also that creates beautiful furniture and is also here with us. We also have an artist whose artist is in display here at the Whitney Museum. We have an artist and psychologist from Santa Cruz training programs. We have advocating persons like Esther Melendez from our community and city council, monitoring on Roberta Bracken because of her advocacy for young audiences in our community. And then we have Leah Munoz, who is the crossroads of the culture and commerce. So, Kathy, Tom, Evan, Sam, Mary, Paula, Carolina, Esther, Roberta, and Leah. There are words to tell you how grateful we are for what you share with us and what you share with the community and what you share with our students and your love and passion for it. And that's what makes it so special to have you here today, for doing what you do. Because in many cases, in some situations, I know that, you have priorities. Life is life, and life brings other things in place. And so I want to thank you for that. I want to thank Tony Plack also for all the murals that you have done and beautified our city with. Mr. Grijalva and the students, we're going to honor each one of you, but I want to thank you for the beautiful mural that you did for the Boys and Girls Club. I just, Mr. McGrath, thank you for the restoration of International Street and being able to teach the kids about the restoration of that, of the portraits for each letter. You leave your mark, each one of you. And I can't thank you enough for the work that you do, because you're from all walks of life. And for that, I hope that we continue to be able to do things with you, and that we're able to do more things in the community and the county and get the art out there. And it comes in different forms. And it's a representation sitting here. So, with that said and done, I'm going to pass it over to Aisa, who has some words also. And again, I thank you for being here, and I thank all of you, the teachers and the students and the principals and the community members who support our arts. I think it's something that we need to continue. And then we have a very special guest that's going to be introduced through the program.
Invite Ms. Padilla from Zeca up here, and she's going to sing the Star Spangled Banner for us. If anyone can all rise for the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed student at Puerto High School and just one of many examples of the tremendously talented students that we have here in Santa Cruz County.
You know, I'm one of these people who has to thank everybody, and I forgot someone very special in my office who's in charge of the county fair. Where is she? She just walked out on me. I want to thank Pat for organizing the county fair every year, and you know, from cleaning up the hall to help calling all the teachers and getting everybody excited and rounded up to go do the displays out there. So Pat, Graciado, thank you very much for what you do.
Before we start giving out awards, we have a very special performance here today. We have Ms. Bettina Gold-Wilkerson, who's here from Poughkeepsie, New York. She was the Dutchess County Poet Laureate, and we're so very honored and excited to have her travel all the way here to the border to be here with us. Next week she'll be leading a poetry workshop across several schools in the county, and we're excited to see about things they're able to learn and how they're able to express themselves.
Thank you. And thank you to the Santa Cruz County Superintendent's Office and their team and the citizens of Nogales for having me present here today. I appreciate it. The arts. The arts are extraordinary, powerful, innovative, creative. They shape our lives through the course of time, the way water creates our landscape. Not barren, but rich with beauty, tumbling like rocks from a cliff, only to form a new foundation, empowering the imagination to soar with our wings above the clouds. And when the rain falls to quench your soul's thirst, it will be in the mist, the spray upon your face, the freshness, the purity. I hope you realize that through the arts, we are extraordinary, powerful, innovative, creative. So let us live an epic life. Second piece. I was born with a mic and a pen in my hand. Hope to be a star, hope to journey far. Many dues were paid on this road I paved. I see patterns in my brain, hear rhythmic sounds that form words onto my tongue, flowing out like a river to quench the thirst of the souls who live for the word, who live for the poet, who lives for the poet, who lives for the word. I've never stopped believing into winning. I close my eyes, and it's the world I'm seeing. Grew up in the hood, prep school, educated, fell in love, raised 2 kids. Then we got separated. Full circle, I'm back on stage, behind a mic. I'm living a different phase. Using my voice is my only choice. Another dream, so it seems. I'm on 26 mics, fulfilling a destiny. Been scribing since the age of 10. I draft stories from beginning to the end, connecting phrases like streams to rivers, taking minds on a journey like Moby Dick's Melville. They say it only takes $1 in a dream. Well, I'm not banking on the dollars, I'm banking on the seeds. I'm a farmer who's planted them throughout the years, rising before each dawn to sow my fields, and now I'm on a journey to watch what I sow yield. Cause like Maya, I understand why a caged bird sings, peering through the bars in hopes that her poetities form wings and find a perch for her dreams. Get lifted and fly away with me, cause I'm on 26 mics, fulfilling a destiny. I won't stop till my days have come to rest, and my words will be left to form bridges and paths for dreamers to walk upon, like Dorothy and Toto on the yellow brick road. Where there is hope, there is a way. Where there is will, determination. We are the people of one great big global nation. Planet Earth is where we live. One world, one vibe, one love. One poem at a time across this great expanse, and my words will dance to the music emanating from your souls, tapping into your greatness, and your greatness, and your greatness is what sets me free. That's why I'm in Nogales, sharing poetry. And my final piece is going to be a piece I wrote called Be the Poem, because I want everyone to take this with them in your heart. And I think the words will speak for themselves. I'm going to take my papers and toss them into the floor because I feel the words come through the universe and I like to give them back to the earth. Be the poem. No doubt, I have a bias. I'm going to ask of you to be poetry. To be the poem in your life. To be that which moves you, stirs you, like a lover's first kiss. Compelling you to believe that you are now superhuman, pumping with adrenaline, capable of conquering anything. Wow. Be the poem. Imagine sunsets with orange hues across the sky. When the stars ascend to blanket the night. When things go dark. Be the light in your life. Be the poem. Be the poem that teaches, reaches, circles the universe through quatrains, sonnets, prose, and free verse. Let it be Mozart to a hip-hop beat. Ballet performed on blacktop and concrete. Let it be imaginative, soulful, eloquently stated and unique. Be the poem. Be the poem that chooses to be fearless, never imprisons the heart, beckons the soul to rain tears when you're falling apart. Be the poem that heals and learns to forgive, releasing thunderous anger and hate so you may truly live. And if there comes a day you should fall ill, know that cure may not come in the form of a pill, but in the lines of poetry that will be more than a prayer. It will shout hallelujah. Your salvation will be there. Be the poem. Be the poem that breathes the breath to dream out loud. Discover the wonders residing above the clouds. For Helios' chariot brings hope with each day. The time is now to make life your way. Board your ships, set sail to sea. Be brave, my friends. Be the poems in your life. May your life be poetry. Thank you so much. I'm Poet Gold. Follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much.
Wow. What an absolute gift. Thank you, Coco, for coming to train us. So we have a very strong creative community. Mr. Velasquez touched on all the wide-ranging abilities and talents of adults and students and artists and art enthusiasts. And in community members that are especially resilient, the way that we grow and change and acclimate to the decisions that happen on this area that we live in, that's always in flux, that's both and neither and everything. And we're really excited to be able to honor the people that we're honoring today. First we have Ms. Kathy Sotomayor. She's not able to be here with us today. She is not feeling well, but she's the teacher at Nogales High School. She teaches fashion and merchandising. She's been in charge of the CTE program, which assists students in developing and finding careers that they're excited and passionate about. So for her, we'll recognize her even though she's absent. Thank you. So our next award winner is Mr. Tom Bell. Tom is a photographer. He was given his first photographic darkroom 71 years ago with a Kodak kit for beginners. It was brought back from World War II as a souvenir by his uncle. And he's continued to learn a lot of things in the darkroom since then. He's ever present at our community art events. He takes beautiful photos and captures moments of creativity, of successes, of triumphs, of tragedies sometimes, and they're always beautiful to reflect upon. Mr. Tom Bell has also been a key person in the revitalization of several different buildings downtown. He has a passion for history and for creatively restoring spaces and buildings so that they can be brought back to life and live new lives with artists and friends. And thank you, Tom. We'd like to invite Mr. Evan Corey. Mr. Evan Corey was formerly the art director here at the Santa Cruz County School Superintendent's Office, but that is only one thing on a long list of accomplishments that we can attribute to Evan and all of the things that he's done in the community. He's a concert pianist who studied at the Manhattan School of Music and at Juilliard. We're super lucky to be able to hear his musical stylings from time to time, but in addition to being epic with instruments, he's also the president of La Niña Art Studio, which is a local nonprofit dedicated to showcasing local art and providing educational opportunities for the community. He serves on several boards. Works with Nogales Community Development, the Pimeria Alta Historical Society, Santa Cruz Advocates for the Arts, Santa Cruz Foundation for the Performing Arts, and this past year he was able to restore the building here that was the Los Naciones Cigar Factory initially, which is now the Whitney Museum on Morley Avenue. And it was an amazing feat, and we're slowly collaborating as a community to bring back arts and culture and passion for thriving businesses and quality of life events that make everybody's lives a little bit more enjoyable. So thank you, Evan. We'd like to invite Mr. Sam Saunders. Edward Holler and Sam Saunders founded Holler & Saunders Limited in 1979, which is down on International Street, and have been amazing contributors to the culture and the perseverance of arts and different types of design. Sam works in distributing and designing furniture. We have so many opportunities to see the amazing collections that he has and that he continues to share with us as a community. Most of the furniture and decorative art is from Mexico and South America, and a lot of the pieces that he has are things that we would not come across otherwise. Your dedication to the Santa Cruz Advocates for the Arts and your support of the Borderland Film Festival have been very meaningful in the trajectory. So thank you, Sam. Our next award is for Miss Mary Gilbert. I don't believe Mary was able to, oh, she's here. Sorry, Mary, I missed you. Miss Mary Gilbert is an interdisciplinary educator and artist at the Land School in Tumacaca, Arizona. She focuses on experiential learning, integrative arts, and sustainability education. Her creative practices amplify social justice and environmental literacy with voices, design, and art of today's youth. In her commitment to the community, she created and co-authored The Wing Guardians of the Elemental Wheel, which is a production that was at the Civic Center of the Arts this summer, which we had the pleasure of being in the audience, and it was a wonderful, wonderful performance and creative expression for the children. To address pandemic learning loss, Mary's team developed a full summer academic art and recreation camp for the Land School and the Tubac Community Center. Her visions are reflected in her artwork, which speak to human achievement of values and actions that sustain a just and sustainable world. So we're super, super excited to be able to work with you for the summer camp. That was an amazing experience, and we would look forward to seeing the creations of the future. Amazing. Do not miss the sequel to Guardians of the Elemental Wheel, because it is a fantastic production. We'd like to invite up Ms. Paula Whitner. Paula's an artist from the East Coast, but now lives in Patagonia. She was part of the initial opening of Arco Santi and was a great cooker of eggs. In painting, Paula strives to find fluency that speaks for her heart and soul, paintings that build on themselves and that are fueled by her life. Her work ranges from memories to fantasies to homages. Some of the paintings spring from the canvas spontaneously, while others have more deliberate beginnings. She moves through paintings like a traveler into the unknown, hoping for a benevolent experience, and the results of the paintings truly touch another person. It is the greatest joy. Paula's work is on exhibit at the Whitner Museum, just a couple doors down here. That has been an amazing contribution to our community. The Whitner Museum has, I think, 183 paintings of Paula's, and they are tremendous and exciting. The space also lends itself to the performing arts, to community events, to ways to support each other. And none of it would have been possible without Evan or Paula and her creative genius. So thank you so much, Paula. And the next award winner we have is Miss Carolina Iniguez. She's not able to be here today. She's getting married. So we'll let her slide. But she's a psychologist and an artist. She's the academic director for the Border Youth Tennis Exchange. She teaches art smarts classes for youth in the community at La Niña Art Studio. She teaches classes for adults with disability at the Santa Cruz training program. And art has always been a passion of hers. She's learned how to use it to be a part of her own healing and also promote healing in the students and community members that she works with. Thank you, Carol. The end of the award, right here at the bottom, it says, "Art is the highest form of hope." And we, as a community and as individuals and as a collective, have realized that it is art at the base of a lot of things. It's an undertow in a lot of learning and academic engagement, in social and emotional expression, in community development, and being able to celebrate arts and culture together collectively has been the most hopeful for us. On that note, we'd like to invite Ms. Esther Melendez-Lopez. Ms. Esther Melendez-Lopez is a member of our city council. She was once the vice mayor, but is the president of the Cultural Arts Committee. And the Cultural Arts Committee is its own kind of very engine that helps preserve arts and culture with their annual events, Dia de los Muertos, Fiestas Patrias, the Fiesta de Flores in May, where we are all able to gather and celebrate together with music and art and dance and food. And none of that would have been possible without Miss Esther Melendez Lopez. She's also played a huge part in the tourism and the development of the community, especially in terms of housing and quality of life events. So thank you so much. Our next reward is in memoriam. It is for Miss Roberta Bracker. And throughout her 63 years here in Nogales, she was instrumental to progressive community infrastructure. She spearheaded the construction of the Hilltop Gallery, which has been a pillar in our arts community for 75 years? Just over 50? Okay, 50 years. Thanks, God. She spearheaded the constructions of the Hilltop Gallery. She inspired the formation of the Family Guidance Center. She promoted Young Audiences, which is the Arts for Learning program that helps us bring artists like Poet Gold to work with our students. She was key in the formation of the Nogales Public Library, who just celebrated their 100-year anniversary. She aided in obtaining new playground equipment for A.J. Mitchell Elementary School. She provided founding support for the Circles of Peace program, which is a local project for developing communication skills with families and that have abusive patterns. She was a crusader in the formation of the Santa Cruz Training Program, which is a center for adults with disabilities. She continued her ardent support and was instrumental in the evolution of all of the programs that continue to happen today. Carolina is an active teacher there now and would not have been possible without the foundations set upon by Ms. Bracker. She engaged in the evolution of the Santa Cruz Community Foundation, which is a charitable permanent resource that was founded in 2001 that strengthens the community through awarding of scholarships and grants to different nonprofit organizations. Aside from a lot of the cultural and retail and all of the contributions that we have, she laid a very solid foundation for us to grow, to build upon, and to create programming that's still offered today. So we're very grateful for Ms. Roberta Bracker. Her daughter Nellie is going to come and receive the award on her behalf. Her goal is to help showcase how beautiful the community is here in Santa Cruz County through social media exposure. This includes assisting her father, Mr. Edgardo Munoz of I Love Nogales, with live broadcasting of the programs such as El Gringo Más Mexicano, Border Connections, Crosswords of Commerce and Culture, and she's the producer of the Border Youth on Bikes podcast. She enjoys posting videos and tutorials on her social media that express her personal style. She's been an amazing contributor to all of our social media and documentation of the programs that we offer. The Crossroads of Community and Culture helps identify different historians and artists and historical movements in our community and highlight them a little bit and be able to share them with everyone. So thank you, Leah. Garcia
Hello, everyone. Since I started working at the county, I realized that as a fellow artist, the children are not only the future, they're competition. So the following students worked in both the Murals in Morley Camp and the International Street Revitalization Camp. And they were picked by their instructors as shining stars. So first we have Zoe Bartholomew. Zoe is a senior at Nogales High School. She's been making art ever since she was a young girl. Her preferred medium are digital art and acrylic paint. By painting the mural at the Boys and Girls Club, she hoped to create a welcoming environment to the kids going there. And you can see the mural up there up in our banner. Next up we have Maite Bañuelos. Maite Bañuelos is also a senior at Nogales High School, and art is one of her favorite hobbies, which she's been doing for over 6 years. She is self-taught, loves drawing portraits with graphite and charcoal. And last but not least, we have Emily Ramirez. And we also work at the Boys and Girls Club, and she was picked by Mr. Miguel Ramirez as her shining star to receive this award.
So the project that we're talking about with the students and Mr. McGilrath is the International Street Revitalization. After the end of the ceremony, we'll have a video on loop that's an interview with Mr. McGilrath that tells a little bit about this practice and the success of the students. But how many people have seen the sign on International Street? Anybody seen the sign on International Street? One. Mine has seen it. Please. It is a beautiful, beautiful sign. And it is a sign that was originally a project by Niels Erman and Nogales Community Development. And they took the word international and alternated it with images. And the images were of wares of all of the retail spaces on Morley Avenue. Before Niels' passing, he made it very clear that we needed to do something about that sign. That sign had sat there for 20 years, I believe. It was faded, it was beautiful, but it felt in the same energy as the rest of Morley Avenue during the pandemic. It was sad, it was starting to decay slightly. And so Mr. McGilrath, if you'd like to come up here, worked with a group of students, and they had 2 weeks, essentially 20 hours, to revitalize this sign from start to finish, and it was an amazing feat. For most of the students, it was their first time using oil, and for a lot of it was the first time creating an art piece that was going to be permanent and public, and so it had to be good on top of being creative and a great expression. And so we're going to honor the students that worked with Mr. McGilrath. Our first student is Mr. Ángel Osuna. We have Elvia Altamirano. Miss Emily Ramirez. Andrea St. Clair. Rebecca For some of them, this was their first time in the classroom, or in the arts space. For some of them, they have been practicing for a very long time. But together they collaborated, and the impact that they've created on downtown is phenomenal. So I would encourage you, if you have an opportunity, please go check on the sign on International Street and see how it's changed. Thank you. Over the past few years, we've seen a lot of efforts, both collaborative and independent, of artists and art organizations and nonprofits and collectives that are trying to use art as a means to revitalize the downtown area. We've had close to 18 murals go up in the past few years, and the difference in the community is tremendous. Mr. Tony Black. Tony completed 3 murals this year. Just this year. There's many more he's completed before this year. But he created the Elia mural that's featured at La Cinderella, the Nogales mural behind Chiquita on Grand Avenue, and a mural at San Cayetano Elementary in collaboration with the students called Cheetah. Mr. Edward Hyde Ogg is being recognized for his contribution of Desert Saguaro, which is behind David's Western Mirror. I don't believe he's here to join us today, but we'll give him a round of applause for his effort. We hope that you've had an opportunity to see some of the murals that we've done on Morley, both as the Santa Cruz County School Superintendent's Office, or Galeria, or La Niña Art Studio in Morley, or the Murals on Morley Initiative, that are all working together to rehabilitate this part of the downtown area through art. And on that note, and in honor of Mr. Niels Ehrman, we have the Niels Ehrman Mural of the Year Award. Sharon's here to help us present the award. And this award is going to Mr. Grijalva and a group of students for their contribution to the mural and the Boys and Girls Club. The students we're recognizing today are Consuelo Rascon, Zoe Bartholomew, Olena Sinati, Ruth Garcia, Sheila Rascon, Fernanda Salis, Abigail Osuna, Maria Fernanda Barreto, Victoria Blanca, Victoria Mendoza, and Alexa King. Mr. Grijalva had a tremendous feat of also working with students that he didn't know from all over Santa Cruz County that gathered to take the Murals on Morley summer camp offered by the Superintendent's Office. And they revitalized the mural that's pictured here on this banner at the front of the Boys and Girls Club. It's a beautiful, beautiful mural of the flora and fauna in our area. And they didn't stop there. They continued to add 6 more murals throughout the Boys and Girls Club in their recreation room, at their front desk, to be able to celebrate and encourage the students that are working there, that were collaborating together, and really change the space and hopefully the community eventually. Thank you so much. Our last award is for Mr. Luis Preciado. You may have stepped down. but he's been a pioneer and a flag waver of the creatives, if you will. So thank you, Luis. Thank you.
So again, I want to congratulate all the recipients. I want to thank you for the impact you've made in our community. Our poet couldn't have said it any better. You are extraordinary, all of you. Thank you. And I'd like to thank you for a little bouquet of flowers. We need to have that energy and that passion and continue to do what we're doing now and take it to the next level in our schools, in our communities, and everywhere we are, in our streets, and be part of this movement. It's not going to move by itself. And so we have some treats here. Enjoy them. Again, I want to thank Aisa and Juan Miguel for doing such a phenomenal job. Thank you. Thank you. And I also want to thank staff for all your help. Thank you, staff. And to our teachers who teach art and are passionate about it, thank you for being the messenger of them. Thank you so much. Have a great afternoon and enjoy.